Okay, so let's look. So the first thing, as I said, is you do the website, and then you have your search marketing in place. So now you're done with that, and you say, okay, a lot of our clients say, okay, now what can I do? Because I've already done that, and they're already on page 1 for the natural search, but they want more. Okay, so what's left? Well, affiliate marketing, and I'm not going to get into it. Affiliate marketing typically is when other people are working for you, and it's a pretty complex system, but basically it's other people driving traffic to your site, whether you have affiliates or you hire affiliates or affiliates want you. Basically they're driving traffic and they get a piece of the action. So it's a marketing, it's an advertising strategy. But it's complicated, so I'm going to leave that one out. But that's another thing you could do to help drive traffic to your site. Another way you can drive traffic to your site is online display or ad-rich media. We call that media buying. Just like advertising on TV, radio, you can buy placement on sites. So, for example, yes?
I was just going to say, would that be like on Facebook where there's like advertising and stuff?
It could be on Facebook. And there's ways of having ads appear from ad networks, but media buying is specifically when you like want to be on page 1 and you buy that space. So like let's say you want to be on CNN. You negotiate a price with CNN for either impressions or things like that, yes. So you can buy ads. And so those really, it's almost the old-fashioned way, because when I say old-fashioned, traditional marketing, where you're negotiating with a marketing buyer on that site and they sell you the space. Same thing with radio ads, for example. Radio ads, if you want to be on like prime time, like in the morning when people are driving to work, those ads are fixed placement, they're expensive, they're media buying, you'd have to work with that station, and they sell you the time. However, Google just bought a couple months ago Clear Channel, and they have over 2,000 stations that they can serve ads on. So the industry is moving toward a different kind of model, where a lot of that space that's not used, we call that remnant radio space. That space is very cheap. So you can have a pay-per-click ad, and you can also serve it on the radio station that Google has, and you can. The difference is you can't tell them when it's going to appear. So it may appear that ad might air at like 3 o'clock in the morning instead of at 8 o'clock when everybody's in their car. So you may cover a smaller piece of the territory, but it's also a lot cheaper. So a lot of these ad-serving networks, the difference is than media buying is you don't control where and when they're going to appear. So that makes a big, big difference in advertising, especially in advertising dollars, because it's much cheaper, obviously, to put it on any old time than it is to really say I want it on, during the Super Bowl, for example. Even in TV, if you want to buy Super Bowl time, you're buying really, really expensive ads. Whereas if you buy ads just whenever, it could be a lot cheaper to do that. So we have a website, now we have search engine marketing. If you get involved with media buying, you're really specific and looking specifically at where you're going to put your ads. But now we get into but I don't want to forget about email marketing. Email marketing today is extremely important. It's one of the next best things after search marketing because you can control it very well. Any client who has clients, or a university that has students, anyone who has a good, rich email list, that's an email list with people who have either opt-in, signed up, and there's some reason for them to be getting some information from you, it's a great strategy. We find that if you measure the statistics on email, there's a lot of click-throughs, a lot of opens, especially if it's what we call a branded email. So if it's like a university newsletter and it says, Bentley University, the chances are you're going to open it because it comes from a trusted source. The same thing with any kind of advertising. If you like the company that's sending you that email, you're not going to consider it spam. Now, an anti-spam law says if you have a business relationship with that company, then it's a legal email, because people really, if you do it legally, it means you put in a subscribe and unsubscribe. The person can get away from that list if they want to, and that's fine. If you have all of those things on your email, then it's a legal email. And there are, again, one of the things that we stress is having a campaign strategy, not just sending out an email, but thinking before you send the email out, what is the purpose of this email? What is it that you want to happen from the email? Do you want to click through and a client to become a client? Do you want the person just to brand or knowledge base? In other words, say, oh, these guys really know what they're doing. So you have an email that kind of emphasizes your collateral as a speaker or as a knowledgeable person in your field. So there are many different purposes for email, and the real key here is to have that strategy. We also have a lot of, with a strategy, once you have a strategy and a goal, we also can predict how many people will open it, what the size of your list is, how many click-throughs you're going to get, how many people are going to sign up for whatever you want them to sign up. There's a lot of evidence that we have those stats before you start. And then what a campaign does, as opposed to just throwing out an email, a campaign basically says, well, we're not there yet, how can we tweak it so that we get there? So you have a measured strategy. Emails should go out at least once a month. If you want, you could do it more, every 14 days. But the campaign strategy should be measured and tweaked every time to get closer and closer to your marketing goal. So don't just throw out an email, but really plan, how is this going to work for the client? What's your idea? What message do you want to get out? And what's your conversion? Because it's all about conversion. It's about our eyeballs, how many people are going to see it, and how many people are going to do what you need them to do. Now, I said that one of the things that's become really important, and I was telling your teachers before that I had this slide from a different presentation, or at least part of this slide, and none of this was there. And that was probably 8 or 9 months ago. So this whole social media stuff is really taking off as far as marketing, social media marketing. And again, marketing means there's a strategy involved. It's not just social media. It's not going on Facebook and filling out a profile. Although that might be a piece of it, but that might be a piece of how do you get to your marketing strategy. What is your marketing strategy on Facebook? So what we're looking at as marketers is what is available, what inventory is available in social media, and how does it work? And I think the real important thing is if you go into this field, which I would love more of you to go into, you really have to study how each of these things work and how do you use it to build out a campaign, not just use it, but really build a campaign using it and a business goal. So blog marketing. Now, blog marketing is very interesting. We have tools today that we can put on top of a blog. One of them is called Symphony. There's quite a few out there. What they do is they have artificial intelligence. So they can go out to the blogosphere like Technorati. And that tool can analyze blogs. And that tool can say what that blog is about, the age group of the blog, what they're saying, what political person they represent, et cetera, et cetera. You wouldn't believe the amount of statistics that tool can grab just from a conversation that it can go and superimpose upon to really glean out this information. So information is really critical, and there's a lot of tools out there that can extract this information for marketers like us so we could get in front of the right target audience. So it's all about getting the right target audience.